if you're a cat person or a dog person. No, but
Mm,
in a more serious sense, I think the thing that happened recently with the really gracious donations that you made to the various causes that are both connected to Ethereum as a whole, but the idea of creating, a community out of cryptocurrency and supporting the growth of humanity, helping people in need, and all of those things, is a really interesting like affect an event in the crypto space. And I think it would be great if you could maybe tell us a little bit about what informed your decision. Um,
sure. So there's definitely this kind of like very fun background story that happened, in the few days before I gave all of those tokens out. Like basically, Dogecoin had existed for a long time, and just like Dogecoin by itself is just so interesting because it started off as a complete joke, but then over time the joke just turned into this coin and it had value, and it's just so fascinating that you just can create a form of currency that's just around the idea of like, hey, like this is a cute dog and let's like make something fun out of it. And I actually bought some Dogecoin back when it was still fairly new. But then recently, of course, Doge just like increased in value a huge amount, and like I'm not sure exact. Like I think it's a combination of things. Like enough people got interested, and then at some point Elon Musk started talking about it, and that's it's like a $55 billion coin, which is just like crazy. But then people started creating these other dog coins, and for some reason, people started like putting a huge part of the supply of these dog coins into my wallet. So, people started telling me about this, and I thought, this was very strange. It's actually not the first time that people put coins into my wallet. Sometime about 6 months ago, there was this project called Teller. I think it was like a Chainlink competitor or something like that, and they just like put about $50,000 worth of their coin into my wallet, and that they had, their Marines on Twitter say like, "Hey, look, Vitalik holds our coins. He supports our project." And then when I found out about this, I just like sold it on Uniswap, and then I gave it to some crypto project. But no, the dog people were actually more clever. They sent their half of the supply to my cold wallet, right? And it's a cold wallet, and so because especially just because of the travel restrictions, it's like actually non-trivial for me to access it, right? Like because it's it contains like a huge bunch of ETH that needs to be secure and all of those things. And so at some point when I just saw, these dog coins had a huge amount of uh, amount of value, and I like there clearly was an opportunity to just like actually turn this into something that could actually be good for people, right? Like I think it's important for us in the crypto space to not like just even like take active steps to make sure that crypto isn't just about watching numbers go up and hoping your number goes up faster than the other team's number goes up, but actually kind of turn it into something that really benefits people. And like with these dog coins as well, right? Like if I did nothing, then that bubble would pop. But then at some point there would be other dog coins, and maybe cat coins, maybe three-headed rabbit coins. I don't know what people would come up with. But I just like realized that there's this opportunity to do something really valuable with these coins, and so I started like basically scrambling to set up a new secure multi-sig wallet for my funds, and that itself was a story. It took a fairly long time. At one point, I actually even got banned from the Gnosis Safe Discord because they thought I was a scammer. But the then I like after about 48 hours I did like I and after just like working nonstop to set up this wallet and like triple check it, audit the code to make sure you can actually do withdrawals, I then called up some the some family members did a whole bunch of incredibly crazy cypherpunk stuff, asked them to like read out some magic numbers to me, and the and then I got this private key out, and like I actually did manage to like move my well first of all move my ETH to another address, and then I had this account that had all these dog coins, and I figured like, okay, well, there's all of these valuable causes. Let's like sell some of the dog coins immediately just to make sure that some value gets can come out of it, and I gave it out to some of these charities that I supported for a really long time. So like I've always really believed in there's all of these effective altruist causes. Like there's these groups of smart people that just work really hard to find what really to help and that for you in the past before. But so that was my first big, and also these other kind of like more speculative things like life extension research, of the MIRI, the AI safety group, and then of course the crypto COVID efforts. Just because like the COVID situation in India is one of those cases where there's just a lot of really bad stuff happening like right now, and so there's a lot of need to just like very quickly support the people that are like basically trying to make sure that people that are die of COVID less. And like Sandeep and his team have done a so far great job of just kind of putting their effort together and actually start and making a big difference there. Like they even managed to like I think get some oxygen from Kuwait or something, like some kind of fairly impressive kind of like international effort that they mentioned on the Twitter about a week and a half ago. So, and that's what happened. Like I will admit that everything did happen fairly quickly, so this is not the sort of thing that I even had time to kind of like put weeks into. But it is what it is. I will say that I actually am impressed by like how the Dogecoin communities have handled it. Like there was some time that I was worried that if these people are just gamblers, then they would end up like just being very unhappy. Like, hey, what the hell? I'm just here to make money. Why are you suddenly attaching my coin to effective altruism or India or whatever? But I was actually impressed. Like I think like there was a bit of that, but there was even more just people that were like even grateful that they that now they're part of this like big charity effort to help people. So I thought that was interesting, and I think we are going to have meme coins, and if those meme coins can be about these kind of nice, warm, uplifting memes about helping people, then like that's amazing.